And that was before I found out about our flagship product. I literally bought tokens in the pre-sale before I even found out about soft notes. And then when I found out about soft notes, I felt like I had to join the team. And I've been in crypto since 2017. I've never joined a team before, but I felt like I had to be part of this. I feel like it's historic. You can see currently that our token is being sold during the pre-sale at $2.50. And by the way, before I really get into this, I have to remind everybody, this is not financial advice. We're just sharing with you our opportunity. We're sharing you a Tectum token that has a tremendous utility to create our fintech product, the soft note. And it's really up to you what you think of that. We're going to share with you what we think, what we're excited about, and then you can decide on your own if you think it's a great opportunity or, if you want to be part of the project. But again, this is not financial advice, so that's not what it's meant to be. Now you can see in this particular soft cap, a soft cap is really for us, it's an offering of tokens that we sell every 500,000 tokens. Our pre-sale price is going to go up 50 cents. We're currently at $2.50. We only have 32,000 tokens left in the soft cap. And I happen to know someone that literally just bought 12,500 tokens. I actually referred him myself. So that's going to be a lot less than that. You're going to be less than 20,000 tokens left by probably tomorrow. Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're gone tomorrow. So this is an opportunity. If you want to get it at $2.50, again, that's up to you. You've got to learn about Tectum and speculate that yourself and decide if that's a great opportunity or not. But that leads me to what is our flagship product. David did an incredible job of putting together our pitch deck. There is a soft note pitch deck that I'm going to recommend everybody go through. Even if you've been here a long time, go through the soft note pitch deck, because this soft note pitch deck does an incredible job of explaining Tectum and all about the soft note. And I want to thank David Track for helping us put that together. It was an awesome job, Dave. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
If you go through this pitch deck, you're going to know a lot. You're going to know just about everything you need to know as to what makes it so special. So there's that. Now, again, it all started with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as we know, those who are in crypto realize that Bitcoin is really the beginning of cryptocurrency. It's the beginning of blockchain as far as we know it, right? And Bitcoin, as you know, has pretty much become a household name. It started pretty much around 2009, which was at the same time as the housing bubble crash. And I don't know if that was on purpose or just by mere coincidence, but the timing of that was incredible, because Bitcoin enthusiasts will tell you today that the goal is to make Bitcoin a worldwide currency, that people will actually use. But here's the problem. The problem with Bitcoin is because of its mining structure, because of its network, the bigger it gets, the slower it is. Okay, the more mining that's required. And there are football field size mining operations that are bringing in Bitcoin on a daily basis. Okay, and it's also helping the blockchain network. It's utilizing the blockchain network, right? That's also where the fees come from. So the bigger the network gets, I've seen fees just on the network alone are like 25 cents, 30 cents, depending on what time of day or how much congestion is going on. There's a little fee when you move Bitcoin, but that doesn't include the exchanges. Most people have to get their Bitcoin and use it on an exchange, right? And the exchange has got to put their hand out, and it's always much larger than the network charges. Okay, I've seen lots of times dollars, anywhere from $3 to $5, even $7 to $10 to move Bitcoin through an exchange. And so that's another thing that has caused it to be kind of a problem for people to make it practical. It's not like you could go to the coffee shop and buy coffee with Bitcoin, or you can't go to your supermarket and buy groceries with Bitcoin, because it's not practical. It's not practical to the retailer. It is also not practical to the consumer because of the slow processing times and fees, right? And so now comes the solution. And folks, this is what is so revolutionary. I'm going to pull up an example of the soft note. Now, what you're looking at here, I'm going to enlarge that. You're looking at an example of our soft note, this fintech technology, right? If that's not redundant. That's going to revolutionize crypto. Why? Because it's kind of like an NFT. I want you to look at this. There's a lot of people out there that are learning what NFTs are. This is a digital image. Once you own this digital image, which in the first case for you might be minting and providing liquidity to this particular soft note. Now you can see this denomination is 0.002. And denominations will be set whenever we bring it out, and for the ability for individuals, we can already mint and provide liquidity to soft notes now from a company perspective, but as the individuals are able to mint and provide liquidity to these soft notes, you're going to be able to choose which particular denomination you want to actually provide that liquidity to. It's going to take one Tectum token to mint 100 of these soft note bills that are going to be in predetermined denominations. But in this example, this is a 0.002, which actually equals about $40. Okay, it's right around, because Bitcoin is close to 20,000, so I'm going to say it's worth almost $40. And you can see its authenticity because it has its own Bitcoin wallet address right here. It has its own QR code, and it has its own serial number right here. So this gives it almost like a certificate of authenticity of value. It's a letter of credit. It is guaranteed to have the value that's on it through the Tectum network. And if you think about it, this is what's amazing. Once you provide liquidity to this soft note, if you want to mint it and provide liquidity to it, we are going to be offering retailers the ability to set up Tectum merchant accounts. And when they set up a Tectum merchant account, in order to receive Bitcoin, because if you go into a merchant, and Dave, you might want to talk about your experience here in a little bit of what happened when you were just having fun and you thought, I'm going to go into a merchant and see what they think about this idea, right? You just did it for the heck of it. And it makes sense, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to go into some merchants and they're already into Bitcoin. There's lots and lots of business owners that are already sold and already love Bitcoin, but it never made sense to them to receive it from their customers because of what I just said earlier, right? So now you can go into them and you can say, how would you like to, Mr. Merchant? How would you like to, Mr. Retail Shop, receive Bitcoin from your customers free of charge, right? They don't have to pay for it, and instantly, no processing times. They're going to think, oh my gosh, I've got Bitcoin. What are you talking about? That's incredible. How's that possible? And we're going to introduce them to the soft note, because what this will do, folks, is once it's out there in circulation, the person who spins it for free and instantly. We are now making Bitcoin transactions free and instant through the soft note. And that's what makes this a revolutionary technology like the crypto world has never seen before, which is going to bring about mass adoption of Bitcoin like never seen. Okay, that's what makes it incredible. And Dave, maybe you can kind of just real quick before I continue this, just share your experience of a retailer that you went into and you just introduced them to the concept and what happened.
Right. Before I describe that, I'm on the YouTube channel. Do you know it's sitting there saying waiting for Tectum? Do you know if there's somebody waiting there? Are we supposed to do something? Do you know? On our side to turn that on?
I've never handled the YouTube channel. I've just handled the Zoom. I've no clue.
Me too. Okay. Well, it says one waiting. It could be me.
Okay.
So I was talking to Russell the other day. We're sitting there talking about, how we're going to hit the mass adoption. We want to add partners to our website and create a directory and find out, so we can kind of have proof of concept, people that are joining us. It looks good to have people on board that believe in our project, and then you can go in there and type in your zip code and find your nearest merchant. But we realized we hadn't really done any market research as to how well received it would be from the merchants. And I just knew in my gut, I've been in the merchant processing space. Many of you know I've mentioned before and those of you who haven't been on the calls, but it's been over 20 years that I've been in that space. And so my gut instinct told me that this is going to be an exciting addition, something new for the ISOs, independent sales organizations, to promote to their existing merchants. And it should be a real easy sale. But we hadn't really done any market research. And I had done something similar when I went after my ISOs, some of the ISOs that I've been working with over the years that already have merchants. I just told them about Tectum and the project, and they're like, when are you guys going to launch? Let me know, sign me up. So I've got a list of a handful of people I've talked to. They have proactively followed up. So it was better received than I even anticipated. So my instinct said, well, let me I'm out and about right now in my downtown area. Let me knock on a few businesses and let's see how it goes. And the very first place I went to, I talked to a guy. He did happen to have some, investments in crypto, just a small portfolio, nothing major. He said it was a Chinese restaurant. He said he was one of 4 partners. I asked him if, so is he the decision maker? And he said, well, put it to you this way. Before I came on as a partner, they were only accepting cash. I'm the one who brought the merchant services. And when I told him what we were doing, he said, where can I sign? He was ready to go, gave me his card. And, he said he's 100% in, he's excited about it. And the fact is that at 1%, it's a no-brainer. If you're a merchant, and I've been a brick and mortar merchant before, you don't really care how you get your money as long as it's clean, legal, and you're not paying exorbitant fees. Now we're coming in there and undercutting everybody, so no one can even remotely come close to what we're charging fee-wise. And then I thought, well, maybe I just got lucky. Went to another place. The person was not a crypto enthusiast. In fact, never owned any crypto. But she loved it. And so that was another one. So I said, okay, well, maybe I'm just getting lucky. I went to a third one. My gut instinct said, this is not going to be a good one. It was a very small, boutique-y kind of shop that my wife would love. One of those ones I stand outside waiting for her when she comes out. And she goes, oh, I'm just a small place. This is not for me. And I said, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And she said, well, let me know in a year. And I said, well, at that point, unfortunately, there was a special offer that I did say. But the bottom line is they loved it. And it was a very small sampling. But I can tell you that once again, it did beat my expectations. And we also have had people reaching out to us that are merchants that are also interested in joining up with this. So that's my experience.
Yeah, I love it.
Hopefully there you go.
I appreciate David going out and doing that, because it's funny that you did that. I actually, in my head, I was thinking maybe I should try to do that too. So I think I'm going to have to try my own experience at that. I think that's really cool. So
well,
as you can see,
I'm sorry, Mark. I was going to say, okay. I kind of wanted our sales guys. We've brought on some sales team that's going to help as we migrate over to handling channel sales for ISOs and merchants and so on, enterprise sales of Tectum tokens. And, I really wanted them to go out in the field and knock on doors. It's a great way to kind of practice your pitch, handle rejections, fine tune, and then get a feel for, how well it's received. And it's really exciting when you realize it's one thing for you to like something and get behind it, but it's another thing for other people to get the vision. If you kind of simplify it into its most basic terms, how would you like to be able to accept crypto at only 1%? I mean, it's real basic. And to me, it's a no-brainer. So that was all I was adding.
Absolutely, Dave. And speaking of that 1%, if you will provide liquidity and mint these soft notes, you will get to share in 40% of that 1% that the merchant actually pays to Tectum, which is another, we think, tremendous opportunity. Again, not financial advice, but it's a really neat opportunity when you think about it. I can foresee, again, I'm not trying to predict the future, but this is kind of what I can foresee, is that there's going to be people that have thousands, tens of thousands of bills that they have provided liquidity to and minted and put out in circulation. Why? Because you always get something for them, right? It's not like you're gonna, I'm gonna put together, like if you're looking at this particular currency right here, I'm gonna enlarge it. This would equal basically $20, okay, right here. So it's not like you're just gonna mint this and then throw it out into circulation. No, you're gonna use it to buy something. So you might go to someone and say, hey, I would like to buy something with Bitcoin and I can send it to you instantly and free. Would you be interested? So word of mouth will travel, I think, peer-to-peer first. It'll get all throughout the crypto community. And then, of course, people that own businesses and merchants will find out about it. And of course, like David said, there'll be ISOs who introduce it, all of the above, right? Eventually, remember, when you mint and provide liquidity for this, you can get something for it. It's not like you just got to throw it out there, right? And when you get something for it, it means you can get reimbursed what the value of what you put into this, which is going to allow you to make another one, right? So if someone put up a website and just started exchanging soft notes with a community, they could literally over and over and over get back that liquidity and mint more and more soft notes. Does that make sense? That's just a vision for some people out there. And that's how something significant could happen to you once this goes out into circulation and merchants start receiving them. It's just a business plan, just an idea. So you can see there's other, sorry, I think I messed up there. You can see there's other currencies. For instance, we can also mint and provide liquidity to the USDT stablecoin as well. And I bring up the Doge. We're not doing Doge yet, but I bring it up as an example because Doge has kind of a cult following. If you guys know this, I mean, you probably heard Mark Cuban once, he now accepts Doge at Maverick Stadium, right? You've heard of Elon Musk really pushing the Dogecoin. He tried to actually get McDonald's to start accepting Doge. So Doge has a tremendous popularity. So I brought it up as an example, but this is just to show you that we could actually create soft notes for any kind of cryptocurrency in the future. Okay. But of course, it all begins with Bitcoin because it's the most universally known. It's the most popular and most well-trusted cryptocurrency. And so I hear a little bit of background noise. I'm just going to mute that out a little bit. Sorry. So this is soft notes. Now, before I take you to this next section, I have to remind you once again, this is not financial advice, but I'm going to share something with you that's really interesting. And that is, notice that, as I said before, our current price for the pre-sale is actually $2.50. Remember how I showed you that? So we have a $2.50 pre-sale price. We know that it's going to $3 very, very quickly. But when you think, oh man, it's to $3, I missed the boat, that's ridiculous. That's just an emotional decision, I think, in my opinion, because we only have 10 million in our supply. Now think about this. How many Bitcoin are out there? Is there anybody out there? You're going to earn 10 Tectum tokens if you can answer this. How many Bitcoin does the coin market cap say? And you can put this in the chat. How many Bitcoin does the coin market cap say are in existence? Let's look at the chat. Dave, can you see the chat?
I can, yes.
How many did anyone get? How many tokens or coins of Bitcoin are in circulation according to the coin market cap? Has anyone answered that?
So one
For 10
person,
free Tectum tokens.
Juan just said 19,155,293.
Yep.
But Kevin had said,
Right here.
there's no commas in there. I gotta, what is that, 20 million?
Just under that. It's 19,155,131. Did anybody answer that correctly?
Juan said 293 was his last. He said 19,155, 293.
Huh. Okay. And where did he get that stat? Did he get it from CoinMarketCap or did he get it from, where did he get that? Where'd you get that, Juan?
He says that's what it shows him.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to give it to you though. You're close enough.
Yeah,
So
close
Juan
enough.
gets 10 tokens. Good job. 10 Tectum tokens will be sent
All
to
right, Juan.
Juan. Juan, make sure that you get your Tectum token address over to Dave so that he can do that.
I have
congratulations.
I have it. Yeah. Now I got a quick question. Juan, are you also Wolf of Wall Street? Trying to figure out who Wolf of Wall Street is. Nope. Okay.
Let me share with you why I showed you that, folks. Our hard cap, which is basically means all of the Tectum tokens in existence, 100% and will never be more, is 10 million tokens. There will never be more than 10 million tokens in existence ever. And we're offering it at $2.50 currently. It's going to go to $3 once the soft cap is gone. Okay. And I want you to kind of get a clue, again, not financial advice, but why we think that's a really, really low price potentially. Okay. Because if you scroll down a little ways, you look at all these different market caps. Okay. I like to use Tron as an example. Okay. Now, Juan, I don't want you to answer this because we asked this last week and I don't want you to answer this time, but, because I think you might have gotten the answer last time. No, that was Andreas. Is Andreas here tonight? I don't see Andreas. Do you? I missed that guy.
I don't see Andreas.
Okay, too bad he's not here. All right.
Yeah.
So why do I use?
Juan, you're back in.
Juan, you're back, buddy. Who can answer? Why do I use Tron as an example? Who can answer that? Anyone?
10 TET tokens if you get it.
10 TET tokens. Almost, Kevin. Almost. You're close, brother. Why do I use Tron as an example? Okay, Kevin, I'm going to ask you, what did they do with the USDT stablecoin? What did they do? I'm surprised Juan hasn't answered yet. Where are you at, Juan?
What did
Who
they?
wants 10? What's that?
I'm not sure I know what you mean by what did they do.
What did they do to the stablecoin? Faster and okay, Karma said faster, and I think she tried to say cheaper. So you get it, Karma. You're the winner. Congratulations. What they did was they made the USDT faster and cheaper, and I'll give you an example of that. One time there was a guy who was sending me, and this is before I even understood it. He was sending me 2,000 USDT, and he said, "What is your Tron address?" And I said, "What do you mean my Tron address?" "Yeah, you can send USDT a lot cheaper on the Tron network than you can the Ethereum network. Because if he was going to send it on the Ethereum network, it was going to cost him $15 and it was going to be a little slower. And if he was going to send it on the Tron network, it was only going to cost him $1. And that immediately, because I never knew much about the Tron project before, but that immediately helped me understand a particular value that the Tron project offers. You can send the USDT cheaper and faster, exceptionally cheaper and faster. Well, what do you think is going to happen to a company that doesn't just send it cheaper and faster, but free and instant? What do you think will happen? What will the crypto market, folks, this is our market. All these projects here, if you look at it, Chainlink, Tron, Polygon, Polkadot, Solana, all these projects, XRP, these are all speculative projects, meaning that people are excited about their vision. All these market caps make up of the people that have purchased their token and are holding their token, right? Because they believe in these projects, they're excited about them. And not one of these projects that I mentioned is fully developed yet. Okay, they don't even have their flagship product in line. Okay, when we actually hit the exchange, we will have our main flagship product. Not that we won't be developing more and more products, because we are. Behind the scenes, Alex has been introducing us to some incredible things. But the flagship product, the soft note, will be fully usable, no longer needing to be in development, but actually being exchanged. Okay. And so my little boy decided to visit. Hey, little boy, he's 7. That's Luke. And so think about that. Think about the magnitude of what will happen. See, most people are excited about the vision. They're going to be, how excited do you think they'll be about a fully developed product that could actually revolutionize the industry, that will help make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies a real currency, which is what Bitcoin was intended to be in the first place. And why do I mention Tron? Because of what I just said, but look at their market cap. This isn't a dead down market, folks. In a market that has plummeted since November of last year, we haven't gone up. Bitcoin has continued to go down. All projects follow Bitcoin. And so you're looking at a down market with a 5.5+ billion market cap. Now, again, this is pure speculation, right? Not financial advice, but what were to happen if this is another question, see who can answer it first. You're going to earn 10 free Tectum tokens if you answer this question. What's going to happen if Tectum gets to a 5.5+ billion market cap? What's going to happen?
Tectum might hit 600 value.
I saw Karma come on. She said TET will be 550. Yes, that is correct. That's if all 10 million tokens are in circulation, right? But will all 10 million tokens be in circulation? Yes or no? Will all 10 million Tectum tokens ever be in circulation? No, that will never happen.
If not, well, that's the question. Why not?
Why not? Who can answer why not? 10 tokens. Who can answer it?
Repeat
People
the
will mint
question.
soft notes. Okay, close. Due to minting. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But why? Because for TETs. Okay, so you had one come in that said people will mint soft notes. I guess that'll do it because he just completed his answer for Tectum tokens. Exactly right. So it takes Tectum tokens to mint soft notes. That's the use case for the Tectum token, a true use case that's going to enable Bitcoin and just about every cryptocurrency out there to be a currency, to actually be spent. Okay, you can buy, my friend the other day, he says, yeah, you can buy milk and eggs with Bitcoin, right? It's going to make sense now. People are going to love that. The crypto community will embrace that. They're going to love soft notes, in my opinion, when soft notes are fully released and fully going out into circulation through our members, the crypto community is going to embrace it. And we think that that's what the potential is. So that's just in a down market. Okay. Now you can do the numbers, you can do the math of what would happen if Tectum was a $12 billion market cap. What would happen if Tectum was a $50 billion market cap? I mean, what would happen if that were to be the case? You can do the math and you can decide what that means to you. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up now for questions. Let me go ahead and stop the screen share. Anybody out there have any questions?
I'm actually want to ask a question here, Mark, and that is, how many winners do we have right now? I have it written down that Juan has 2 and Karma has 2. Is that correct?
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Is there anybody that I'm
So
I'm
Juan,
missing?
you got 20 Tectum tokens. Congratulations. Love you, brother. Glad you're here. I'll tell you what, nobody wants it worse than Juan. I love that. Juan's a true Tectum. He's part of the family pretty much. Shows up to every AMA and wins. He won soft notes and now he's winning Tectum tokens. So congratulations, Juan. Bring your friends, buddy. Bring your friends. Is there anybody else that won besides Karma and Juan?
But you know who else is showing up? That name Karma. I see her here all
Yes,
the time.
that's
on
good
these
karma.
calls.
Good
That
karma.
is great karma.
We love it.
It's great karma.
Good
So
stuff.
good job. Good job. So that's 40 tokens we've given away.
Yep.
So congrats.
Awesome. Anybody have a question?
Karma, please. I have Juan's information. Send me your email and Tectum ID at David Track. Anybody who won in last week's AMA, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you send me
Can you type that in there, Dave?
at David Track. Yes.
Type that in there so she has it. That's going to be your Telegram ID, just so you know. Anybody have any questions about this? About Tectum, soft notes, anything at all? We have hands risen. So let me go ahead and start with Meduti something. I can't pronounce that, but go ahead, Meduti.
Presentation, doing a great job.
Thank you.
My question is, when will we as Tectum owners be able to actually mint the soft notes?
The last word was next week. That was the last word, but don't hold me to it because this is new technology. And you know what happens when you get involved with the ground floor of new technology? It takes a little time. So we all have to be patient, but long before we hit the exchange, that's the most important thing. And as fast as we possibly can. That's what I can tell you for sure. But we're expecting within the next week or 2. That's what we were told last time. David, am I right about that?
You know what I was typing? Were you saying next week for the minting? Yes.
Yes.
Minting and liquidity? Yes.
Yes.
Next week. Yep.
Yeah. And will they be able to
correct.
actually do individual bills at that time, or do they still have to do full packages? Do we know?
I don't know the answer to that one, but I think it will be individual.
Individual. Oh, awesome. Awesome. So if your hand is still risen, Meduti. So if you don't want it up, take it down. And as for Kevin, I'm going to go with Kevin. Go for it, Kevin.
Okay, I haven't won any yet, but I keep trying. Anyways, I got actually 3 questions, so I appreciate being able to ask them because it's gradually helping me learn more and more.
Sure.
So after, as an investor, if I mint, it's a variety of denominations that get minted. What would you recommend a strategy for which soft notes I fill with liquidity? So that's first question.
Yeah.
Second one is, as an investor, what do I do with them until the retailers come on board? And then the third question is, what do I do with the soft notes that I have not filled with liquidity? Because I spent TET to mint them, but they're just sitting there.
Yeah. What to do with the ones you didn't fill with liquidity? Good question. Right. Okay. All right. Let's start with the first one.
Strategy.
I'm writing this down so I don't mess it up.
What's the strategy for filling a variety of soft notes, different denominations, do you think?
Yep. Okay. So which soft notes to fill? That's a great question. David, is there a possibility you could pull up the actual chart for the denominations? Do you have the ability to do that?
I don't have that in front of me.
I'm going to bring that to the next call, Kevin, so that we have it.
Okay.
But just off the top of my
Remember
head.
Russell's plan. Remember Russell's plan is to
Right.
have set denominations.
Right. Well, that's true. Of course, we already know that in terms of the 100 bills, but we're trying to figure out exactly which denomination. So I'm going to bring one up
I
and
see.
just look at it for a second. This isn't an
But he
actual
was
chart,
asking.
though.
It
What's the
sounded like
strategy?
he
In
was
other words, which
asking
one should he fill is what he's saying.
which one should he fill? But this I think the strategy is to fill them all if you can.
But he's
right?
talking about for him, he's thinking, I want to fill the lower denominations to kind of start with, because he just wants to kind of start slow, and that's fine. So what denominations
Right.
would there be?
Wouldn't that be what? But wouldn't that be what he wants to spend? Like if he's going to go out and use that soft note, wouldn't he just at that case just fill what he needs?
Yeah, that's true. But I think, Kevin, you're thinking of more from like the perspective of getting them out in circulation, right?
Yeah, which leads me to my second question is, what do I do with them until the retailers come on board? I just basically hold them and wait until
I would share them.
local retailers, or
What I'd recommend is start peer-to-peer and share them with other people that are in the crypto community and ask them, have you ever heard of soft notes? You got to learn about this. This is incredible. And by the way, I've got one. It actually contains Bitcoin, and you can purchase this. So you can actually sell it to anybody that you know for Bitcoin, right? And then of course, thus reimbursing yourself and helping you go out and remint and provide liquidity to even more soft notes, which is what a lot of people will do. But if you just like sharing, if you're in a crypto community, there's going to be a lot of people, Kevin, that are in a big community, right? That are part of Tectum. And they've already got this huge sphere of influence. They're already very excited about our project, and they're sharing with people what soft notes are, and they're letting people, they're getting it out within their community. And you might be someone who doesn't have a big community. So you're thinking, what am I going to do with all these soft notes, right? And so that really, you're going to have to make that decision if you want to venture off into building your own community or finding other communities. Like you could find other communities and share it with them, and share them tectumzoom.com, let them learn all about it, and let them try your soft note, right? You can say, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to get it out there. So that would be one thing that I could see you doing. And then with the ones that are not filled, they're just going to stay dormant. I mean, you're not going to use them. You're not going to fill them. You fill them whenever you decide there's a use. And you got to realize this, the demand will grow and grow and grow. And eventually there will be a use, right, for those soft notes. But right now, of course, we don't have like this huge use case yet, because nobody even knows what they are, you know? So slowly but surely that use case will develop and will eventually hit critical mass. And at that point, I see it happening in the crypto community, meaning that if you go to the coin market cap and you look at it, we're at a $930 billion crypto community right now, not community, but full market cap in terms of all of cryptocurrency, and not all, but most. I mean, almost every meaningful cryptocurrency is on the coin market cap. So that's the size of our current market, which is really still an infant. But those are the people that are going to, I mean, think about it. What did they do to Bitcoin and all those other cryptocurrencies out there right now that have no real ability to cross the retail boundary at all? What did they do with those? And what do you think they'll do with a project that actually does have the ability to cross the retail boundary? And so that's what you got to think about. And so word of mouth, reputation, everything's going to just grow from there.
Mark, we'll also have a marketplace where people can sell.
Oh yeah, eventually, yes, a great point.
So,
I would have forgotten that. Thanks for bringing that up.
So we'll have a marketplace. We're also going to be adding the ability to create NFTs on your soft note. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that you'll be able to do to kind of create a buzz, and we're gonna help this process along via our Telegram bot as well. But yeah, I mean, there's for some there'll be a little bit of a waiting period that you'll just want to kind of hang on to it, and get ready for it to hit the market for the merchants, and others will be trading, swapping. We're playing with. We're toying with the idea of adding the Ethereum soft note now that they've done the merger, and so I mean there's going to be, we think, a lot of buzz and activity around what we're doing. So So don't forget, yeah, that marketplace should be a big thing for us.
That
Yeah, I
and
would like
also, go ahead.
Hey, Mark, I just would like to add something in regard to Kevin in terms of how to use soft notes. So,
Yep.
There are about 15,000 merchants that accept Bitcoin. So if you like to mint Bitcoin soft notes, you can start using those soft notes. Reach out, do some research. There are about 15,000 worldwide merchants that accept Bitcoin as a method of payment. And as I was traveling in Central America,
Wow.
I used my Tectum wallet to purchase a cup of coffee, which only cost me about $4. And that paying about 40 cents transaction.
Cool. That's
There you go.
awesome. Thanks, Oliver. Appreciate that, buddy.
That is awesome. Good stuff.
Finding people that are already accepting Bitcoin is a good idea to say, hey, have you ever heard of soft notes? What a great idea. Awesome. I think we should send Oliver 10 Tectum tokens for that one, don't you, Dave? You think that's a good idea?
Thank you. Appreciate it. 10 more.
10
Great
10
contribution.
tokens.
I actually, like last week, as we guys did the presentation for the minting portal, I end up minting 100 pack of green stripes, and it was deducted from my Tectum wallet, and then the portal closed again. So I managed to mint 100.
You muted out there.
Stripes.
You did. So you actually got in there and kind
I
of
managed to mint. Yeah, because I reached out.
Snuck some in.
Yeah, I was just being curious after the call, because the portal was still open, so I kind of linked my soft note bot. I put in my, and then I actually minted 100 soft note of green stripes, and I deducted
so cool.
1 PT out of my Tectum account. So now the portal's back closed, so I'm just waiting to fill. And then my strategy was to fill in the dollar bills, the $1 bills. That way I can use them everywhere.
Excellent. I love it. See, it's people in the community like Oliver that you got to love. Appreciate it, man. Awesome stuff. Anybody else have a question or comment? Anyone? Okay, I got a question. Who can answer this one? How much does it cost to burn a soft note back into
1%.
Bitcoin? So
1%.
Nope. How much does it cost? So let's say you have your soft note bill. It's worth approximately $100 in Bitcoin, right? And you want to get that Bitcoin out of the soft note for some reason because you're not. I mean, once we have an exchange, it's never really going to make sense to burn soft notes because you can go to the exchange and you can exchange it, right? So that it's never going to make sense to do that. And you should be able to exchange it dollar for dollar, on that exchange.
So wait, so when we finally go live, on your back office and your Tectum wallet is there any way you can convert those TET into Bitcoin within your wallet instead of you exchanging them at the Bitmar or whatever exchange they're gonna be at?
No, not through the wallet. No. You'll have to, if you want to sell your Tectum tokens, you'll have to literally send them to Bitmart and sell them on the exchange for the going price.
Okay.
Yeah. But back to that question, what does it cost to burn a soft note? Does anyone know? I'm gonna give you guys a second here. No, nice try, Kevin. Nothing.
I thought it was
See,
1%.
here's the thing. We don't want people burning soft notes, right? We want them out in circulation. So when someone provides liquidity to them and mints it, they spent a Tectum token, number one, and number two, they spent a little bit in trying to get the in Bitcoin fees and stuff to fill it with liquidity and get it out in circulation. So obviously the person who did that needs to be reimbursed, right? If you're going to destroy something they created, they need to be reimbursed. So think about that.
So wait, in the beginning, Alex mentioned that there was a 1% burning fee for soft note for TET or TET to Bitcoin in the beginning, or did that framework change?
Yes, it's changed completely. It's actually, since nobody knows it yet, I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Okay.
And whoever gets it first is going to get it. Ready? It's either going to be 3%, 4%, or 5%. Which one?
3%.
Yep, 3%. You got it.
Cool.
Oliver got it. Good job, 3%. Oliver.
So if I have a $100 bill soft note and I want to burn the soft note, I'll end up paying $3 for that soft note, correct?
Correct. And there's a
Awesome.
reason. What's that going to do? That's going to make people say, no, I don't want to pay 3%. I'd rather go to the exchange and exchange it for no fee, right? Someone else on the exchange might say, yeah, I'm really
Wait.
in need. Go ahead.
So I'm sorry. So the conversion fee it's not there no more. There's no more conversion fee to convert your TET into Bitcoin or like vice versa with any
Well, no,
other
you're
currency.
thinking TET. I'm talking soft notes. You're
Okay,
you're thinking
okay,
the token.
Okay, cool. So the soft note we trade it. You can trade your soft note. Well, I'm a little confused. Explain that more.
Yeah. So remember, it's your soft note. So think of your 0.001 soft note, which in this case would equal about $19 to
$2,
$20, right?
20
Somewhere
bucks.
between $19 and $20. And you're thinking, I don't really want this soft note right now, so I want to burn it. And if you burn it, you're going to pay 3% because that's going to go back to the liquidity provider and the minter who put it out in circulation so that they can get their money back and they can start all over again, right? They can start that process again. But we really want to prohibit that because we want them out in circulation. The goal is to get soft notes all over the world, right? So of course there's a fee for burning it, but when you exchange it on the exchange, you should be able, the goal, okay, now this can't happen tomorrow, right? This isn't going to happen immediately, but this is the vision, is that our exchange grows to the point where you can actually exchange that soft note for fiat, for Bitcoin, for other crypto, maybe the USDT stablecoin, with people that are on that exchange that say, you know, if I'm going to buy Bitcoin, I'd much rather buy it through the soft note because then I don't have to go to Coinbase and pay 2.5%. Does that make sense? So if
Yeah.
I'm like,
Is there going to be like a separate soft note exchange beside Bitmart to
yes,
trade your soft notes?
yes,
Okay. Awesome.
Exactly.
soft note exchange, exactly, Oliver. So that's what's going to happen. And as that continues to grow and grow and grow, and it will, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So pretty soon you're going to have this enormous marketplace that's a lot like, say, eBay or something like that, where people are saying, I got, you know, a Bitcoin soft note. I want some fiat, but because I really need the money and I don't want to go burn it. And I don't want to, you know, I don't have a place where I can spend it right now. I need the cash quickly. So they go on to the exchange. And it makes sense because as our reputation grows, wouldn't you rather buy Bitcoin without paying fees
Love
and
it.
be able to buy it instantly? And also, I
Yes.
mean, do you know how much of a hassle it is to turn fiat into crypto right now? Pain in the butt,
Yes.
right? You can go to the exchange and get it through the soft note without fees. You can get it instantly and you can get it dollar for dollar. How amazing and revolutionary is that?
Amazing. So
It's
what's the
incredible.
status of
And-
on the soft note exchange? Has there been any information being released to the public or?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
And
There's no
we're-
reason to, Oliver, because you can't mint and provide liquidity to soft notes as an individual yet anyway. But once that happens, we'll create it. Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
and
Sorry.
no, I was going to say, and for those who don't want to spend any money, we're trying to figure out the exact number, if it's going to be free or not. But there could be a liquidity pool that we offer that you would just wait perhaps 30 days to get your money out with zero or low fee in that liquidity pool. Did you
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
remember that one, Mark?
Yes. You got it, brother.
Mhm.
Anybody else have any questions?
Someone asked, someone said if we ever mentioned about TEC. TEC, it is the utility token that is paid to the
Oh,
node
the
holders.
TEC. Okay. The way I
TEC
understand the way I understand TEC, and I've been kind of like, I guess they can't do it because of the node holders. If you want to get a node, you can actually, I think you can be rewarded in TEC. Isn't that the purpose, Dave? I'll be honest with you. I've so much
Yeah.
ignored the TEC that I still don't understand it.
You know what?
You-
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tuned that out. It just doesn't apply to us and anything that we're
doesn't.
doing. It
Just
never
don't
comes
think
up.
about it. You're not going to invest in it. It's not going to make sense to you. It's basically, isn't it some sort of a copy
It-
of Bitcoin or something? Like it's something.
Now, from my
Yeah,
understanding,
you,
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, that was Dave. Oliver, you go
No,
ahead.
I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
no, you probably remember something that I don't. If there was a multiple choice, I'd know the answer, but I've heard it before, and I apologize.
Yeah.
I can't recite it. So what do you recall there?
Now, because I remember I was doing several transactions. I was transferring TET to different parties, and I remember I was generating. I think I was generating ETC for each transaction that I was doing. So, from my understanding, I believe that a fraction of that is going to a special treasury for the node holders or cluster holders, and then
Yeah,
something. I'm still trying to figure that
it's
out.
similar to that. Yeah, and just like Juan just said, it's a token for node holders, and I think that's right, node owners, and that's why I mentioned it
definitely
earlier.
has something. Yeah, it is a token, but there's some use case, and I just can't.
I
It's
think
backed
from
by
my understanding-
BTC. It is kind of like it's like a BTC equivalent or something of some sort.
I think it
I wish
powers
Alex
or
was on here. He
validates
could
the
tell you.
transaction, right?
Or Trevor. What was that, Oliver?
I think the TEC, I think is like it validates the transaction that each transaction that is being broadcast on the Tectum blockchain, then the TEC is being produced, which is I think it is the verification of that transaction, and then that TET token appears. Some similar. I'm still trying to read the white paper on that.
Yeah. Not my I'll admit it hasn't been my department. I'm gonna have to go find out now. Now that you guys are asking about it, I'm like, I gotta go figure it out. So that's a
Right.
little homework for me. All right, let's see. What exchange would this be? Tectum? I'm not sure what question that pertains to. Do you know what he means, Dave?
I
No, it
think
had
these
to
are
be
good.
with the soft node exchange.
It's gonna be its own
Right.
exchange, the soft node exchange. So we have like softnodeexchange.com forming, don't we, Dave?
Yeah, it'll be like sort of like a pancake swap type of decentralized exchange.
With a community built in.
But as we get
Excellent.
closer to that, we'll make announcements, and we'll have documents and stuff for everybody.
Anyone else have a question? I hope we've made this fun for you guys. And we always want to give out something for you guys coming to the call. We always appreciate everybody coming on, and highly recommend that you bring your friends to this when they start to really understand what we're doing. You got to realize right now, when you're looking at this particular call, you're thinking, man, out of like almost 4,500 wallet holders, we only have like what, a dozen people here, maybe 16 people here, something like that. Sometimes we have 20, 25, 30, but that's a very small number. Why? Because the market is really slow right now. And it's funny how people think, see, this is the opposite of what you should think, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice, but in my opinion, the investors really take advantage of the slow market. They don't wait for it to speed up and explode, and then they come rushing to it. They actually take advantage now. I mean, that's just the way I see it, but you guys can decide what you think. But that's what's amazing about this market. And what will happen, I mean, let's say Bitcoin was reaching an all-time high, we would have this call packed out. There'd probably be 1,000 people on this call right now. Okay. That's just the nature of the market. I've seen it come and go. We will be here. Me, Dave, the team, we're going to be here. And when that happens, if you're here, I think you got a pretty good chance to have some fun with us. I think we're going to have some fun when that happens. So
yeah, I mean, listen, not everybody, gets it. Sometimes it takes just the early adopters who can think outside the box, that see the big picture, and really, so it is a small fraction, but once we are uplisted on the exchange, and we start dropping our press releases and marketing campaigns, the word is spread out there. I believe we're going to be the talk of the town, and you guys, I believe you're smart to be here right now. So yeah, as we kind of have things laid out roadmap wise to list on the exchange, we're going to be giving away on all these calls soft notes and Tectum tokens to thank you for being early adopters and sticking with us. So we appreciate it. And it looks as though we had another winner. And who was the last winner, Mark? I'm trying to keep track.
Oliver came out and made a great point, and we gave him some tokens for that. Do we want to go with one more? Are we done? Done with the giveaway?
I think we're done with the giveaway.
Okay. All right, guys, come back next time. Kevin, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
You're getting so close, Kevin.
You're getting close. He's gonna get it. You're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get hot one night and probably win 2 or 3. Okay, guys, great having you on. Again, thank you to everyone, and go tell your friends and bring them with you next time. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have a solid answer for that tech next week for sure.
Yes, the TEC question will be answered next week for sure.
Exactly.
Okay, guys.
All right,
Thanks, Remy.
everybody
We'll
have
see
a
you
great
guys all
week.
later.
Have a good night,
Okay,
guys.
take care.
Thanks.
You bet.
Good night.
All right, bye-bye.